Hey guys, it's Christy with 413 Fitness, and this month's target is going to be all about amplitude, not just in our movements, but also in our voice. One of the indicators that is very common among those with movement disorder is that our voices get softer, our movements get softer, we start shuffling our feet, our arms don't swing. So we have to exaggerate those movements so that way, whenever you go about your daily life, it feels normal. So we go big, we go loud, we train that way so that whenever we are just talking, our voice might come back to what seems like normal. Maybe you've heard your spouse tell you, I can't hear you. Maybe you think they need hearing aids, but maybe it's just that your voice has gotten softer. Maybe in the morning when you wake up, you notice a little bit of a shuffling of the feet. So I'm going to give you some exercises that you can be implementing. If you've taken LSVT big or loud, then you know these movements. And they were originally created for physical therapists, but about 9 years ago, Dr. Becky Farley, the lady who created them, decided that it was needed more than just in the physical therapy office. So she allowed a few of people with backgrounds like mine to become what is now called POWER certified, Parkinson's Wellness Recovery. And so I'm a Parkinson's Wellness Recovery therapist. I get to use these exercises in the gym, and you get to use them as well and benefit from them. So use these as homework. You're going to see them in the gym. You're going to see them different ways versus the high intensity classes all the way down to the low intensity classes. So let's get started. I'm going to start with seated. Now, if seated is more than enough for you, you're just going to put this one on repeat and do it over and over again, 2 or 3 times. If seated is not enough for you, then fast forward a little bit. I'm going to show you from a standing position, a kneeling position, and even from on the floor. So we're going to use our amplitude movements and our amplified voice. We're going to come down, we're going to come open nice and wide, spreading those fingers nice and wide. We're going to do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now notice I wasn't yelling, I was just projecting my voice nice and loud. Next, we're gonna do our power rock. I want you to think about trying to get your bum off the seat. It's a hot leather seat in your car, and you're trying to get that seat up. So we're gonna reach and pull, reach and pull. Now what ideally we wanna do is get that leg nice and wide, hand nice and wide. Let's go for 3, 4, 5. Notice how I'm looking at my fingers. 6 when I go out. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next, we have our power twist. So we're going to close the book, open the book. Close the book, open the book. I do not want to see this. Okay, we're going to return to center, opening up nice and wide for posture. Here we go. 1, open. 2, open. 3, open. Notice that my heels and my hips are following as well. Here we go. Couple more. Switch. Are you counting? 9 and 10. Good. Now, last but not least is our power step. I want you to step like you're stepping into the car and then swing that leg over. Or stepping out of the car, swing that leg over. We're going all the way around and back to center. Here we go. 1, together. 2, together. 3, together. 4, together. 5, together. 6, together. 7, together. 8, together. 9, together. 10, together. 11, together. 12, together. Good job. That is your power seated positions. Okay, so we're going to take it up a notch now. We're going to do it standing. You can either do it behind a chair or get rid of that chair altogether. These are an excellent warm-up if you're fixing to do a walk exercise or you're going to do something on your own. Treat these as your warm-up for that exercise. So our power up is seated, just like we did seated with our hands on our thighs. We're going to open up nice and wide. We're going to come 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm flicking those fingers out nice and wide. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next, we've got our power rock. So we're going to shift that weight side to side. This is a fall prevention. Am I going to lose my balance and be able to come back to center? Can I get 1 foot off the floor and really extend nice and long? Here we go. 1, center, 2, center, 3, 4, 5. Once again, I'm looking at my fingers. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next, we're going to do that power twist. We're going to open up nice and wide. We're going to close that book, open, close, open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next, we have our power step. Maybe you need to grab a hold of that chair, maybe not. We're gonna come like we're stepping into the bathtub or maybe stepping into a boat, picking up that knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now another modification you could do for that one is do 10 on the right. Do 10 on the left. You could also step out to the right 10 times. Step out to the left 10 times. You can step backwards, catch yourself, pull yourself back up. Step backwards, show me the bottom of that shoe, and step back up. Do backwards, forward, side. Call a number on the clock. 2 o'clock, step to 2 o'clock. 6 o'clock, step back. 11 o'clock, step forward. Mix it up, change it up, challenge the brain. Okay, now we have them from a kneeling position. If it's too much to be on your knees, maybe put a pillow under your knees. Skip this one if it's too much to be on your knees, but this is a really good one to kind of initiate getting down onto the floor and just that transition. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our power up. We're gonna reach down like we're kissing the chair, open up nice and wide, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next, we have our power rock. So what we're going to do is we're going to reach and center. Reach and center. The farther you reach, the farther that stretch is going to be, the way more, was that proper English? Way more intensity it's going to be. Here we go. 1, center. 2, center. 3, 4. Notice how I'm shifting back into my hips. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now this next one is going to be our power twist. We're going to sweep through, reach high. You have an option. You could do 10 on the right and then 10 on the left, or we can alternate. I'm going to choose alternating. Here we go. 10, 9. Notice I'm following my fingers. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. Good job. Last but not least is our power step. We're gonna sweep that foot through. Now, is it okay if that looks more like this? 100%. It's about hip mobility. All right, this is the movement that we need to get ourselves up off the floor. Maybe you can't get off the floor independently, but you can crawl to a couch, a toilet, the bumper of the car, and use that to help you get yourself up. Once again, you can do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other, or alternating. Now, this one is really hard to do together because we all are at different speeds on this one. And in reality, we're probably all at different speeds on all of them. But we want to move with power. We lose our power as we age. So we have to work on that to get stronger, not just strength-wise, but to power through that movement. All right, so I'm about 9 and 10. Feel free to keep practicing that one on your own because in my opinion, they're all super important. But that one right there is the one that we need to do to get ourselves up off the floor. All right, last but not least, we're gonna do our power moves on our stomach, on our chest. This one is really hard for us to do together. So I'm gonna encourage you to make sure that you get 10 in. Don't worry about how fast I go. Worry about getting 10 quality movements. Maybe the first time you only get 3 or 4. Maybe after a couple of months, you're getting all 10. All right, so we're gonna start with our power up. I want you to bend those elbows like you're gonna kiss the floor and push straight through. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we've got our power rock. We're gonna sink back on our heels and we're gonna walk that chest all the way to the floor. Now this is one that you're just gonna have to take your time. Maybe we only get about here, maybe we only get about here, but our goal is to get the chest to the floor and push straight back into that child's pose position. We're working on, once again, hip mobility, but it's about quality of life. It's about being able to get down on the floor and get back up. Let's do about 3 more. 2 and 1. Good job. Now we're going to come up onto that quad position. We're going to reach through. Goal is getting that shoulder face all the way to the floor for this first one. Watching our fingers all the way up to the sky. Hand down, reach through, goal, floor, cheek and shoulder touch, and then sweep high. Now, that's just for the first one. Next, we're gonna reach through, sweep, alternating sides, or 10 on one side, 10 on the other. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, once again, this next one's my favorite because I think it's so important that you have the know-how to get yourself off the floor. We're gonna bend those elbows, kiss the floor. That knee might come up kind of staggered. I don't care. If it can be fluid, fantastic. That's the goal. That's why we train, so we have that mobility. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, ideally, we would come into that coach's stance. We'd rest our forearms on that knee. We tuck our back toe under. We drive through that front foot, drive through that back toe, and come to a standing position. Guys, practice these. Find your favorite, put it on repeat. Once you master it, move on to the next one. If you're living by yourself and you're not comfortable doing these at home by yourself, do the ones seated in a chair. You're gonna see them at the gym, you're gonna use them at the gym, and you're only gonna be stronger and getting more powerful as you continue to implement them into your daily routine.